talking with Pete Perry. Pete, where are you from?
I'm from Washington, D.C.
And you're here at the Capitol today for some reason.
There's two anti-war protests going on. There's one that already happened inside the Capitol building in the space called the Crypt, which is the area immediately underneath the rotunda. They were remembering Iraqi and American GIs killed in Iraq during the war and occupation. They were able to read names, and they had bloodstained shirts before lying down on the ground. It was about 44 people.
I see. And were they arrested?
They were just beginning to give them the warnings for arrest when they ushered everybody out of there, cleared the whole area.
Yeah. And what's happening after this?
In just a few minutes, there's going to be another die-in using red fabric, very dramatic, right here on the lower steps of the Capitol building.
Okay. And why is that important?
Well, what we had today was a theme of rivers of blood. It was a similar theme, well, the same actually, in London. A group of Catholic workers protesting the war and occupation in Iraq went to the House of Parliament in London and had red paint, the shade of blood, that they did a similar die-in protesting, calling for an end to the war and occupation in Iraq, and that's what we're doing here today, and that's why we chose Congress, because Congress funds the war. The Congress controls the way money is spent in this government, and we're telling Congress that we're not agreeing with the way that they are spending our tax dollars, and that we're calling them to cut off all funds, and therefore to end the war and occupation in Iraq. So,
thank you very much.
Thank you.
My name is Michael Haney. I'm Assistant Professor of Political Science at the University of Florida.
Okay, and why are you in Washington today?
I'm in Washington today because for the past week I've been observing the actions of the anti-war peace movement opposing the Iraq War.
Okay, and as an objective observer, in what capacity?
I'm working with Fabio Rojas, who's a professor of sociology at Indiana University, and for the past 3 years we've been studying the evolution of the anti-war and peace movements. And what we're interested in this weekend is how the tactics of the peace movement have evolved. And one of the things that we've observed is that this week in particular represents a real escalation of tactics. So in the past, the anti-war movement has concentrated on large demonstrations, which is where they really began. Then they began lobbying. What we see this week is a real intensification of direct action and civil disobedience. Clearly, the peace movement has gotten very frustrated with the lack of action in Congress on this issue, and also...
How do you know that? How do you know that they've gotten clearly frustrated?
Well, I've been interviewing people in the movement. I've been attending their meetings. I've been doing surveys of activists and watching them and observing them as they've evolved over the last 3-4 years.
Can I ask you if you're a mole?
Am I a mole? What do you mean by that?
Are you a mole? Are you a plant? Are you from the government?
No. I'm a professor at the University of Florida. Okay, so I mean, I've published my research in academic journals. Fabio and I had a paper in qualitative sociology in December 2006,
cool,
and in American politics research in July 2007.
Yeah.
So we're a part of an academic community that studies a subject called social movements.
Yeah.
And so what social movements aims to uncover is to understand how social movements evolve and change over time, the tactics that they use, the way that they register their grievances, the way that they try and make their voices heard. And I think what we've seen this week is the development of new ways for them to make their voices heard with creative tactics, die-ins, occupying congressional offices, having a people's march through the halls of Congress. These are new ways for the movement to articulate its frustration with Congress.
right, straight. Order, on. Full raid, raid.
I think it's gonna be worse for me to be here in my career.
Sister Beverly.
Each one of us represents a dead American or dead Iraqi, a man or a woman or a child who died in Iraq because of the war funded by the United States government, by our representatives. And we're here to ask our representatives, to ask Congress, yet again, to stop paying for the illegal, immoral war in Iraq. Until they do, rivers of blood will continue to flow.
Rivers of blood.
Rivers of blood start here.
In memory of Sergeant Princess Samuels, who was killed this past August, August 15th, aged 22 years old. Rivers of blood continue to flow.
Rivers of blood.